Hello everyone, welcome to your physics class of class 7th. I hope you all will be fine. Students, in our previous video, that is before your summer break, we have completed lesson number 1. Today in this video, we will start lesson number 2. Okay, so let's begin our class. Lesson number 2, motion. So we will start this lesson. Now first of all, we will discuss what is rest and motion. So if I ask you, what do you mean by rest? So your answer will be all those objects that do not appear to move are said to be at rest. Or we can say that a body is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to a fixed point in its surroundings. Suppose on a table a book is kept. Okay, or you are sitting in a park, suppose, and your position is not changing with respect to a tree which is near this bench. Okay, so your position as you are sitting here, your position is not changing with respect to this fixed point, that is a tree. So it means that you are in a state of rest. Now, further examples we will see. First one is a book lying on a table will not change its position if it is not disturbed and will be considered to be in a state of rest. Means if a book is lying on a table, will not change its position. Means a book itself will not change its position if it is not disturbed by a person. Okay, then we will consider it to be in a state of rest. A bench fixed under a tree is at rest as there is no change in the position of the bench with respect to the tree and the other stationary objects. So these are the examples of rest. So what do you mean by rest? A body is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to a fixed point in its surroundings. Therefore, when the position of a body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time, the body is said to be at rest. Similarly, we find that many things around us move from one place to another. For example, a flying bird is moving in the state of motion. Then a moving bus, a boy playing football, oscillating pendulum of a wall clock. Then a moving train, a sailing ship, a walking man, etc. These are the examples of motion. Means all these objects, all these things are moving. A moving object keeps on changing its position continuously with time with respect to a fixed point in its surroundings. Means a body is said to be in motion if its position is changing continuously with respect to time with respect to a fixed point in its surrounding. Now suppose you are standing on your terrace and a bird is flying. So the position of the bird is continuously changing with respect to you. As you are standing, you are at rest position, you are at a fixed point. So if and the bird is the position of the bird with respect to you is changing with time, it means that this bird is in moving position. Okay, for example, further examples we will see now. When a moving car changes its position with respect to a tree or a lamppost by the side of the road, the car is said to be in motion. Means the car is moving with respect to the tree that are on the side of the road. So car is continuously changing its position with respect to this tree. Okay, so therefore car is in motion. A flying bird is also said to be in motion as it changes its position with respect to the fixed object such as a tree. Hence, when the position of a body with respect to its surrounding changes with time, the body is said to be in motion. Understood? Now, what do you mean by rest and motion? I hope that it is clear to you. Now, some other example we will see of rest and motion. Suppose we are sitting on a railway platform and looking at a tree nearby. We say that the tree is at rest because the tree does not change its position with respect to us. But when we see a train passing out of the station, We say that the train is in motion because it is continuously changing its position with respect to us, as we are sitting on a platform. When we are sitting on a platform, okay, when we are sitting on a platform, if we see a tree, look at a tree nearby, we can say that it is at rest because it is not changing its position with respect to us. But if a train is passing, then then the position of the train is continuously changed with respect to us. Therefore, train is in motion. Now, another example. For a passenger sitting inside a moving bus, the driver of the bus is at rest because it does not change its position with respect to the passenger. In a bus, the driver is at rest with respect to other person that are with respect to the passenger that are in the bus. But on the other hand, the objects outside the bus, such as a tree, okay, building, etc., appear to be in motion since they appear to change positions relative to the passenger. Okay. Now, this box, do you know? Every body is in the universe is in motion. Every day we see bodies moving around us. For example, birds flying, cars, buses moving, people walking, insects crawling, animals running, etc. All these are in motion. Our earth also moves around the sun. As you all know that earth moves around the sun. Then we often say that a stone lying on the ground is at rest, but indeed the stone is also moving along with the earth around the sun, because as earth is moving and stone is lying on the earth, then it is also moving. Now, rest and motion are relative. How they are related to each other? An object can be in motion relative to one set of objects, while at rest relative to the some other sets of object, as we have seen in the case of that bus driver. Okay, now again we will see here. Suppose you are sitting in a room, you are at rest in relation to all the stationary objects inside the room, but the room is on earth and the earth itself is not at rest, that is earth revolves around the sun. It takes 1 year to complete one revolution around the sun. Thus, you are also revolving around with the earth around the sun. It means you are in a state of motion. Hence, in relation to the sun, you are in motion. But with respect to the things inside the room, you are in a state of rest. Second example, a bus is in motion with respect to the boy sitting on a bench outside the bus. This bus is in motion with respect to this boy who is sitting outside the bus, but the trees around this boy appears to be at rest. But to a boy who is sitting inside the bus, the trees and the boy sitting outside the bus will appear to move in the opposite direction. As bus is moving in this direction, to a boy who is sitting inside the bus, it will appear both the boy and these trees will appear to move in the opposite direction. Okay, and the roof of the bus or the driver of the bus will appear to be at rest to this boy who is sitting inside the bus. For a passenger in a moving train, the other train moving with the same speed and in the same direction appears to be at rest, while the train moving in the opposite direction will appear to be in motion. Means when for a passenger who is sitting inside a moving train, if other train passes near to this train in the same direction and with the same speed, if the speed of both the trains are same and they both are moving in the same direction, then to a passenger who is sitting in this train will appear to be at rest. While if the train is moving in the opposite direction, means if this train is moving in this direction and the second train is moving in opposite direction, then to this passenger this train will appear to be in motion. Okay, thus we conclude that an object while in motion with respect to a set of objects can appear to be at the same time in a state of rest with respect to some other set of objects. It will appear to be in motion. It is the observer and the surroundings that decide whether a given object is at rest or in motion. I hope you understood how these both rest and motion are related to each other. Now, activity 1, list 10 objects each which you observe around yourself in a state of rest and a state of motion. So you have to fill these activities, means you have to write down 10 objects that are in a state of rest around you, and 10 objects that are in a state of motion. So this is your homework. Now also you have to read this portion of lesson that I have taught you today in this video. You have to read it by yourself so it will be more clear to you, and also you have to complete this activity. So this is all for today. Further explanation we will continue in our next video. Thank you.